What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to go over 4 things I wish I knew before I started trading. Okay, guys, so before I jump into this, do me one quick favor, smash that like button and subscribe so you can stay tuned every single time I drop a new video. All right, it helps me and it definitely helps you because if you're watching, it's because you enjoy the content I produce. So give me a hand there and subscribe to the channel. Now, today we're going to talk about 4 things, just 4 things I wish I knew before I started trading. And the very first one is probably one of the most important ones is trading is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It's the hardest job, it's the hardest work, it's the hardest like endeavor I've ever chased. It is extremely hard, and it's not that it's extremely hard to learn what, this purple line is right here or this teal line. It's not hard to learn all the technical stuff. None of that is hard, honestly. Speaking of, MBRX is pulling back kind of hard. Anyways, that's not hard, right? The hard part is ignoring your very human nature on how to react to a losing trade, right? I've never been a bag holder. I've never held a bag. I have held on to some trades a little bit longer than I should have past my stop, but I've always been able to stop out. I've always been able to take my losses. However, psychologically, it is extremely hard to come back from those losses, small or big. When you're wrong, a few days in a row, it really does a number on your confidence. And that is why it's been so hard for me as far as trading goes, right? Nobody likes to lose. I certainly don't, obviously, but I know it's part of the game. I know it's part of the process. However, coming back from those losses is extremely difficult, and you have to be extremely strong-minded. If you're not strong-minded, then this is definitely not something you'd want to test out. It's just my personal opinion. Another topic I'd like to talk about, and I kind of knew a little bit about this already just from Google, is watch out for pump and dump chat rooms. I used to be in a chat room a long time ago where I learned a lot of good stuff at the beginning. The chat room wasn't huge, but it wasn't small. It was kind of like a decent sized room with like about 200 people in it. And the leader, he taught some good stuff there, especially for beginners, chart patterns and press releases, really good information. But slowly, that room started to turn into just pump and dumps, low float garbage that was being pumped and dumped. I love trading low float stocks, but I'll trade a low float stock properly. It's not those pump and dumps that you get oftentimes where there's no volume at all in the stock. Sometimes it doesn't even have a catalyst at all, right? Like a press release. But the guru will go ahead and put out an alert that he's going to buy at the break of $1.50, and the stock jumps, to $2, maybe 2.10, 2.20 if you're really lucky, and then just dumps right back down to not $1.50 but $1.30. And I've shown videos with screenshots of charts that were straight up pump and dumps. You can find them in my playlist. It's titled Beginner Traders. You'll see a lot of pump and dump charts there. So definitely want to watch out for pump and dump chat rooms. You want to do your research if you're going to join a chat room. There's plenty of free chat rooms out there. There's some really good ones. I'm going to drop the link in the description section below to the chat room I'm in, which is super high quality chat room. Not a whole lot. It's not a huge room, but the quality and the wisdom that's in that room is bar none. That's about it. As far as watching out for those, you want it. If you want to know my opinion on a specific room, drop it in the comment section below. Ask me, and I'll gladly give you my honest opinion on that room in the comment section below. So if you have a question about a room, and I've been in quite a few, drop the room that it is in the comment section below, and we can chat about it. Right. The next thing is we gotta be able to manage our expectations. You have to manage your expectations. On just like you manage a loss, you got to be realistic. You can't think that you're going to be a millionaire your first year, right? You got to manage those expectations. I thought my first year I could easily make $30,000. Horribly wrong. Just like you have to be realistic, right? That's number 4. You have to be realistic. kind of like number 3 and number 4 are jumbled in together. Number 4 is you have to be realistic with yourself. You're not going to start live trading just because you've been in a simulator for the past 6 months. You're not going to, and you were successful, doesn't mean you're going to be successful once you go live and start making $500 a day. It's not the way it works. It's not the way it works because the first time you hit that big loss, my biggest loss is $600. My biggest win is $1,100. So it's been fine, right? But once you hit that big first loss, it really does a job on your head and your brain, and it makes you think that, you know, it can't take another loss like that, especially if you're in a small account. If you're in an account that's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? You can't afford too many $500 losses. Even if you're in a $20,000 account or a $15,000 account, you can't afford too many $500 losses because it adds up and you start to quickly think to yourself, can I really do this? So you got to manage your expectations and you got to be realistic with yourself, set realistic goals. I'm not one that sets daily goals. I do like to set an average daily goal. So at the end of the month, I'd like to look back and say, oh, okay, I made about $50. I made $100 a day. So I don't really care about the average on the day itself, like what I made in the day, because maybe today I made $50. Maybe tomorrow I'm down 100, but the next day I'm up $350, right? So I like to average it out at the end of the month. So those are the 3 things, you know, that the 4 things that I really wish I had paid more attention to when I started trading. You know, trading is extremely hard, psychologically speaking. Watch for pump and dump chat rooms. Manage your expectations and be realistic about the amount of money you make and about the amount of money you risk on a daily basis. All right. So let me know what things you wish you knew about before you started trading. And remember that you can also drop in the comment section the chat rooms you want my opinion on, and smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.